Hey Jesse, my name is Natalie Ward, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. We're going to talk about content, citations, and backlinks. Now, most likely you're sitting there asking yourself, why would I be doing this and what's in it for me? Well, you're occupied running a business, managing employees, visiting job sites, and I'm a nerd and I love this shit. And sometimes the only hesitation businesses have to hiring someone is that they don't know who is an expert and who to trust. I have found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of actual things they can do to impact their business has resulted in some of those local business owners saying, Natalie, I like this. Please do this for me. So if by the end of this video you liked what you've heard and you see that I have value to add to your business, shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if you want to simply just take this information and do it yourself, that works for me too. So now let me show you 3 things that will set your company above your competition. So the first thing I want to go over is content. And content is queen, right? Google is not a human behind the scenes. They have these tiny little minion robots scanning the net, looking for keywords linked with a specific location to best serve the people who are searching on Google. Now, most business owners know that they need content, but they don't know that the average length of the number one result on Google for landscapers is 1,500 to 2,500 words. So for you to show up at the top of Google, you need to add at least 1,500 words on your home page with the right authoritative content that is keyword rich. Right now, your site has just under 300 words of content, and your site is beautiful. It's very clean. It's easy to navigate. It just needs some more content. So content is everything that you can highlight on here. So what also Google can scan for is what your images are saved as. So if we look, your image is saved as just kind of random, right? It could be optimized for like a strategic place to like hide keywords. Okay, so when I come over here, I've pulled your competition's website. So here's Goodman's, and they really don't have that much more content. They have 650 words of content. They just have, and they're also not utilizing their pictures being saved as keywords. They just have mostly more like relevant content with keywords embedded within. So when I come over here, this is a program I use called Ahrefs, and I pay a couple $100 a month for it, but essentially it gives me behind the scenes details on what Google is looking at when it comes to ranking a site. So here I ran your competitor. They're ranking for 584 keywords. And some of those, we click in here, and some of those top keywords are like landscaping Phoenix. Volume is how many people are searching that specific term a month on Google. Landscapers Phoenix 200, landscaping Phoenix Arizona 150. And when we take a look at yours, your site is ranking for one keyword, Beauty and the Beast landscape, which is more of like a brand specific key term. So it's close, but it's not ideal for what your customers are typing in. So when we, like, what happens with that, when we go to Google, when someone needs your services and searches for landscapers Phoenix, one of those keywords that your competition is ranking for, this is what Google pulls up. So this first section is ads, and they can work, but they can also be a money pit if your foundation for your website isn't dialed in. So just be careful not to burn your money with Google ads until you know for sure that your site will convert. Okay, so now let's move on to the second thing I wanted to talk to you about today, and that's citations. So what are citations? Citations are your business name, address, and phone number listed in different directories throughout the internet. Right? So there's like hundreds of thousands of them. Directories are things such as like Yelp, Better Business Bureau, even like social media ads. And what those do for you is they give you like a trustworthy component from Google. And so when we come down here, you have the Google Map Pack or Google Maps. And I'm sure you've seen this a million times when you're searching for a restaurant or an activity to do. But citations are what drives these top 3 positions. And you really want to be in one of these top 3 because that's where about 40% of the clicks are going to come from. Okay. So then how do you get citations? Well, there's like programs that you can use such as Whitespark, and you can find out exactly where these top 3 competitors' citations are coming from. And then we would go and get you those same ones and then plus like 50, 100 more. So you're not just sitting at the top position, but it's going to take your competition longer to catch up to you. Now let's talk about the third thing that I wanted to go over with you today, and that's link juice or backlinks. And this third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. So when we scroll past the map pack, this is the organic section, and you can see you're not at the top, right? But it's where you want to be. And to get there, you need authority. So how do you get authority? Well, it all comes down to backlinks. And a backlink is when one website leads to another website online. So think like this. If site A links to site B, then site A is giving site B some of its link juice, kind of like a vote of confidence. And in Google's eyes, this is passing authority. And the more relevant the site, the more valuable the link. So let me give you an example. You're a landscaping business, right? I'm sure you get a lot of your materials from the same supplier. Say that supplier goes on their website and gives you a shout out with a link back to your website. That's a strong, relevant backlink, right? Pizza Hut goes on their site, gives you a shout out. Really not a strong backlink, right? Because you don't sling pizzas for a living. So when we look over here at Ahrefs, we can see you have 3 backlinks, right? There's some there, but not great. Let's look at your competition. They have 774 backlinks, right? And they have like strong, relevant backlinks. So once again, like how do we get these? Well, we can go in here and we can see where their backlinks are coming from. And then we can go and get you those same ones for your business. All right, Jesse. Getting you to the top isn't magic. It's just a method. And I've shown you that method here today. So once again, we went over content. Your front page needs at least 1,500 words. Citations, you want to have 200 to 300 of these to beat out the competition by a landslide. And link juice, you need more relevant sites pointing at you guys to show people that you are the authority. Okay, so where do we go from here? Like I said, you're more than welcome to take the information I've given you and do it on your own, and I'm totally cool with that. However, if you want to skip the learning curve, if you want to focus your energy on your next landscaping job, call me. My phone number is 907-957-1027. And again, my name is Natalie, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a good one, Jesse.